What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with today's video, excuse me. Excuse me. The road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Excuse me. But it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a collector's rare, because I also pulled this. Freshly pulled out of my Genesis Impact box opening that I did last year is a collector's rare B-Cob from the Underworld. This thing is absolutely beautiful. The centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but honestly, it really doesn't make much of a damn, because I am going to be getting this card graded, but I never came up with a good opportunity to do so, you guys. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Excuse me. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, because I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys, literally more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed. So if you guys like the content, and you're watching the content, and you want more of the content, and you guys are new to the channel, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. and I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what deck are you guys going to be playing in the upcoming UDS event? Let me know down in the comments below. And speaking of UDS, and future Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, we actually have another batch of cards to talk about. In fact, I believe we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. We have another 8 new cards to talk about in today's video. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna dive straight into it. Kicking things off, we actually have a retrain of a video game card. So if you guys remember the video game, one of the video games, I don't remember what game it was. But if you guys remember this card, from the video games, then you will know that we have a retrain version of it. And if my laptop can actually cooperate with me, which it won't, it is known as, if I can, here we go, it's known as Golgoyle the Iron Giant Jin, which is a 10-star Earth illusion. There we go. My laptop is finally coexisting with me. Finally. Excuse me. Excuse me, you guys. Excuse me. Which has 1800 attack, 3200 defense, and the second and third effects are both once per turn. And the first effect says, if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's something. Oh, excuse me. I mean, it's something. I mean, obviously, depending on what the depending on who. Depending on who, which monster this card gets attacked by, or is attacking. I mean, you're still taking damage either way, so it really doesn't make much of a damn. But the second effect reads, if your machine or illusion monster battles after damage cow, you can target one of your monsters that is banished or in your grave, special summon it. Basically DDR. It's basically DDR. That's really not much left to say about it. Let's see here. Third effect reads, if this card is banished from the field, you can special summon it. So, not even a card like Bottomless Trap Hole can stop this card from hitting the field. Which is pretty cool, but it's this card, in my opinion, it is way too damn gimmicky. It's not even that good. Obviously, yes, it does give you another body on board during the battle phase. Which can help you go into like your. Ooh, sorry guys, my camera moved. Which can help you go into your link plays and shit, but the card is just way too gimmicky, not even worth playing, honestly. But next up, we actually have another video game card, which I believe they actually named it the exact same as the game itself, as the game card itself. Which, if you guys remember this card from the video games, it is known as Talons of Shuralane, which is a 6-star light illusion with 2100 attack, 2050 defense. Yeah, 2050. Who would have ever thought the 50s would come back? And the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads, during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can target one fiend or illusion monster you control except this card, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Okay, I mean, I mean, fiends. I mean, if you think about it, Magical Musketeer can play this card. Um, I would say Dark World, but I don't think Dark World would benefit from this card because the third effect, in a way, it's kind of like the same effect, sort of, but still. Um, Second effect reads, if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Basically the same as the last one. Um, the third effect reads, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets your card or cards, as a quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls, return this card from the field to the hand, and if you do, destroy that monster. I mean, it's a trap hole, but it's literally a really bad trap hole. Like, it's not even that good. I don't even have the words to describe how bad that card is, honestly. But next up, we have Fish Harpooner. Yeah. Sorry guys, my camera keeps moving every time I push a button on the laptop, so I apologize guys. But yes, we have Fish Harpooner, which is a 4-star water fish tuner. So funny enough, sharks can actually play this card, which makes it even more funny. With 400 attack and defense, and the first effect is a once per turn, which reads, you can reveal this card and one of the water monster in your hand, special summon one of them, and discard the other. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, the idea would be for you to summon this card and send Crystal Shark to your graveyard, which is pretty crazy. Second effect reads, if this card is sent to the grave as material for the synchro summon of a water monster, you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's imperm. Excuse me. But it's like really bad imperm. And funny enough, I think the Goaties can actually can actually be played. The Goatee synchros and the White Aura synchros can actually be played in sharks. I'm gonna have to test it out one of these days because right now things are a bit crazy. I've got content ready to go for like weeks, and weeks. You know, leading into WrestleMania, it's gonna be one hell of a WrestleMania season. So potentially right around after WrestleMania season, I might do a deck profile on the Shark deck, and potentially the Testina deck, because I've been working on that as well for quite some time, or rather I have been trying to anyway. But hopefully I can get those up and running, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, with that being said, sorry guys, I got something caught in my throat. You guys already know what it is. Anyway, next up we have some new Memento cards, and the first one up is known as Memento Totalin Twin Dragon, which is a 7-star Light Thunder fusion with 2800 attack, 2100 defense, and requires 2 Memento monsters. And the first and third effects are both once per turn, which the first effect reads, if this card is fusion summoned, you can destroy 1 Memento monster in your hand or face-up field, and if you do, add up to 2 Memento monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. This is essentially your Stratos for literally for the whole deck, which is pretty crazy. Second effect reads: monsters destroyed by battle with your memento monster are are banished. Dark Law, anybody? Anybody wants some Master or Dark Law? The third effect reads: if this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can special summon one level 6 or lower memento monster from your grave. So not only so with this, not only do you have a Stratos for the whole deck, you have you have a fucking Dark Law slash like Macrocosmos, which is absolutely hilarious, and you have a Monster Reborn. 3 powerful cards in 1 powerful card. Not much else to say about that. Not much else. But next up we have Memento Total Infusion, which is a quick play spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads during the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a memento monster. If a monster in your possession was destroyed by a card effect this turn, you can also use memento monster in your grave as material by shuffling them into the deck. So in a way, it's kind of like it's kind of like a much more two conditioned version of what was it, Ultimate Fusion for Blue Eyes. So in a way, it's kind of like that, but just a bit different. The second effect though reads: during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave, destroy one monster you control, and if you do, add one memento spell trap from your deck to your hand. Funny enough, you can also use Cyphering Lord Omega to bounce this card from your banished pile back into your grave, and you can just constantly you can constantly add cards from your deck to your hand over and over again, and you're able to just essentially just push for game, which is absolutely insane. I think the Memento archetype might just end up being the new meta going into 2024. Obviously, yes, we are still missing a few components. You know, like potentially maybe a couple of synchros, maybe a couple of Xyz monsters, a good amount of Link monsters, maybe some other like spell or trap cards. But honestly, I like the idea that the Memento archetype could potentially become the new meta. Is it possible? Absolutely. And I kind of said that with the Testina deck, but it's possible. It is 100% possible. But now we got to look into have to look into the last 3 cards in this video, which just so happen to be the new Centurion support. And the first one up is Centurion Gargoyle 2, which is an 8-star Dark Dragon with 2,000 attack, 3,000 defense, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads: you can send one face-up Centurion card you control to the grave, special summon this card from your hand, and you cannot special summon this card, another copy of this card, for the rest of the turn. So in a way, it's a Cyber Dragon, but you're not allowed to summon another copy of itself for the rest of the turn, which is a bit of a downside, but you can still you can still tribute summon it, which is still pretty decent. The second effect reads, if this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, you can add it to your hand. I mean, it's sort of like Monster Reincarnation, so that's pretty funny. The third effect reads during the main phase, if this card is a continuous trap, you can special summon it, then you can decrease its level by 4. Funny enough, go into a level 8 synchro or potentially a rank 4 exceeds, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool if you ask me. But next up, if I can get this all figured out. There we go. Next up, we have Centurion, Arcoella. I'm like probably butchering it, but here's the card. Here's what it looks like. And it's a 12-star Dark Dragon Synchro with 3,000 attack and defense, and requires a tuner and one or more non-tuners. So in a way, it's kind of generic. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. But the first and third effects are both once per turn, and the first effect reads, if this card is special summoned, you can add one Centurion card from your deck to your hand. Second effect reads, face-up cards in your spell and trap zone, excuse me, cannot be destroyed by card effects. And the third effect reads, during the end phase, you can place one of your non-synchro Centurion monsters that is banished or in your grave face-up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous trap. I mean, it's pretty good. That's pretty crazy because you're able to take Gargoyle, put it into your back row, special summon it, and it becomes level 4. And if you normal summon a level 4 monster, you can instantly go into a Time Thief Redoer, in which you can constantly add cards from the top of your opponent's deck onto Redoer, and the more materials Time Thief Redoer has, the more materials you're gonna have, the more board wipes you're gonna have for Zeus or for anti-Zeus. One or the other, or perhaps both if you have 2 copies of the same card. Yeah, which is absolutely crazy. Now for the last card to talk about in today's video, it is known as Wake Up Centurion, which is a continuous trap. And both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads, if you have a face-up monster card in your spell and trap zone, declare a level 4. Declare a level of 4 or 8. Special summon one Centurion token, which would be a Dark Pyro with 0 attack and defense with that level, but it cannot be used as fusion or link material. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can banish the card from your grave, send one Centurion card from your deck to the grave, except this card. Funny enough, you can actually use the token as synchro material, but you're not allowed, but again, as it suggests, you're not allowed to use it as fusion or link material, which is a bit of a downside. I would say you could use the token as Xyz material, but that's like impossible. Unless if Konami made a rule saying that you can use tokens to Xyz summon, in which case everybody would be playing Xyz monsters. But honestly though, I think out of all the cards that are in Legacy of Destruction so far, I think the Centurion and potentially the Memento might end up just being the new meta once we get closer and closer to the set's TCG release, which I think we're not going to be getting until like the summer. So it'll be interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.